Hi everyone, welcome back to your channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to explain how you can create your own API through Flask Python. So if you are interested in this topic, stay with me. Uh, I would like to create one API together from beginning and then run it and to see how it will work. So uh, this is the environment that get started. First, we will need to define the Flask and import some frameworks, which is one of them is a Flask, another one is request, and also JSONify. Oops, JSONify. Yeah. So Flask, which is clear, we need a Flask request also for the API request, and JSONify is the Python convert to the JSON and also sent through the HTTP. So these are important for your API. Although also you need to first cross-check whether you installed or no, because these are already installed in my environment. Then you would need to define the APP, which is the Flask, and then underscore name underscore. So basically, if you are defining one app or the Flask as a main, then you would need it, write it here as a name. If it's one module and there is a name, you can put the name of that module here. So then we would need to define the app as a route, and then we also need to define for endpoint, and I'm defining the endpoint as a data, then I'm saying that this endpoint, the method I'm selecting as a post, and parentheses, and then two. Then I would need to define some this pattern, which is I'm calling as a received underscore data. Double dot, okay, and the parentheses. Then I'm using the try method for troubleshooting. It helped me to troubleshoot better. Then I am defining the data as a request and get JSON, and I am saying that if my data is available, then print it as a received data, and then after it printed the received data with what? With data, which is already defined, and we are getting that. Then I am going to prepare something as a log in that environment, make it one like a text file, and to drop all this file as a text in that. So in that case, I am defining one data.log, and after that I want to append all this file, if, and write if string in data, and oops, then for if I want to make it in new line, I'm looking for the sign. Yeah. Okay, then I'm saying that if return JSONify and then curly bracket as a dictionary, which is the message, and this message, if everything is fine, the data is there, then it need to return some message, and the message data received, and then I would need to also define what is this data received. So this data received with this data received, and the data is this value. After that, I am saying that if it's success, showing me with the code to 100, and else return JSONify as the same dictionary as an error. I need, then it gives me one message, no data, oops, no data received. Okay, and then I'm going to define as a 400 for this error. Okay, perfect. Then also we can define one exception when it's facing some internal error and so on. Then it can give me some error to know what is this problem. Yeah, so I'm going to define the exception, say E, and use a printf. See, if it's an error, then give me some okay, then error, then define it as a internal server error, and at the end I need to define it one code as a 500. Okay, then let me, yeah, that's all. And we need to define the final if name score equal underscore main underscore, then app that run. I need to define my host. Here you can define your API and port, but since I'm using my local server, so I'm giving by default 4, and the port I'm using that 500. Okay, so let's save this file and go to the folder to run this app to see what will happen. Okay, we are here, and I'm going to write the command API hi. Okay, I got error. Let's see, get back to my file to see. I'm getting error in printf error. Okay, let's go in this way. Okay. Then I'm deleting this part and defining the printf error and slash. Let's use dictionary E and close the parentheses. Printf error. Yeah. Then if the case, then return. Okay. Then let's save it and try again. Still exist. Line 19. Okay, I solved the problem. It was related to some space here, so now that is okay, and let's run it again. Here you go. Now is running this server. Okay, now I want to try and send some data to this API. This is our main API, and I'm going to use the Postman, and let's drop the here, and because our endpoint is data, then I am using authorization no, and the body just for purpose of the test I'm using the test, and the key is a test and one value YouTube, and let's try. Okay, here you go. You see now the data as a test YouTube already sent, and this is the message which is showing the data is received. It one feedback. And if I am going to yes, and you can see here this is our server, and you can see the received data test. This is the value is YouTube. Thank you for watching this video, and if you enjoyed from this tutorial, please don't forget to like the button. Uh, Actually, I'm going to create a new series of tutorial about the Flask API, how you can ingest data in the database, and also how you can get this data. If you're interested in this topic, please make sure you subscribe to my channel, and also click on the notification when the new series is published, then it will inform you automatically. Thank you again, and see you in next one.